95% of the time, the research shows that our days are same as yesterday is because they're driven through the subconscious programs. And the thoughts and feelings create reality is a quantum physics principle, yad bhavam tad bhavati. And so the meditation is about helping us break out of the cycle of living of the past and then disengage from the past and then start becoming neutral to learn newer things.
I'm so deeply grateful to my organization for bringing this. Meditation is going to be an integral part of my life. Be it health, no medicine for the last 2 years. Healed many of my conditions. Relationships greatly improved. Lost a lot of fear. Now have a great interest and focus on things I really want to do. All I did was I kept my mind open.
It was great learning, and certainly something is being reinforced, something is being relearned, and I'm very excited. I'm so thankful for the mode.
The meditation process that we're learning and the practice we're doing is to move ourselves into a good mood. It's called changing the shift of the state of being in an elevated, higher mood. That is precisely what this breath mindfulness meditation that we practice, and if we make it a habit into our lives, is doing to us.
I could go probably more deeper and be there for a long time. There has been disturbances, but too less compared to what it used to be. I see a progress myself. So that makes me feel so happy and proud.
So many times I observed that the 2 legs of my chair is missing. That I am feeling like I am just going back. I may fall down that side or I may fall down this side. Because really, I felt that I am not in the room where I am sitting, something like that. It was really a very good experience.
The meditation is a never-ending, journey, and it really transforms you and enrich your life. Meditation is helping me to reconnect with the child I was and with the inner self.
The best thing is what I have found, that you are actually elaborating those concepts in very easy and simple way. Means anyone can correlate.
Happy morning, Masters. Happy evening to the Masters and friends from the West and the East. Myself, Veena Arvind from Bangalore. I'll be the host for this week. Pleasure to meet you all in this session. Health is more important for all of us. That's the basic reason behind which we are here. So we saw this video. Thank you for staying through in the session. As a gratitude, we did this memories video this week. So please turn on your videos to have very, very interactive session with our master and to get more and more wisdom. The more and more we turn on our videos, we gain more energies and the session becomes more interesting and meaningful. So, with this, I hand over the session to Master Chandra Pulamarasetti.
Veena, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you.
Able to hear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Was that Veena's network then?
I think it's showing like Venus network is weak. I mean,
Okay, okay.
yeah, we are good. We are able to hear you.
Last week, okay, my network is also weak. Rakesh?
Yes, it seems. Yes, freezing.
Is my voice breaking?
Not much. Its voice is clear.
Or video is breaking?
Yes, sir. Little.
How meditation is making a difference overall. Overall, it's changing our mindset. It's changing our state of being. It's moving us to beneficial states of the body and mind and many things. So we start and from this week, we understand each layer of it. The physical layer, the mind layer, the intellect layer, the emotional layer, our individual consciousness layer, the overall, that universal consciousness layer that we are. We are 5 layers. Mind is into 2, so 6 layers. We're going to understand how meditation is going to help us become better, heal every part of it scientifically. Health is the foundation for everything that we are doing. Health is the foundation. Coming out of survival mode is the foundation. If we are constantly in survival, then we are not experiencing life in many ways. If we are in your job, if you are constantly worried about survival, of how I can just meet barely what I have to do. If the business is constantly in the survival about how to just meet the salaries and expenses and operations, there has no room for creativity, no room for growth. So, coming out of survival, now physical health is like that. If you're constantly worried about health, if you're constantly worried about mental health, if you're constantly weak, challenged with energy, then we are fundamentally in the survival mode, because that's the basic. During COVID time, everybody left everything because they're worried about their health. Simple. Everything came to a standstill. When we worry about health, everything else doesn't matter. All our actions will get restricted around this health. We constantly are fearful. And so if there is something that is moving us into a greater health, makes us permanently become free, constantly make us not worried about it at all. And if it can help us become free of health, when you travel, when you are going out of the home, when you are going into a place where you feel contagious, or whatever that may be, if we can be completely liberated from any health challenge, then we are free. The whole process of meditation is making us become free from anything. And health is number one in that. Energy of the body is number one. We have to become free constantly. If people are commenting on us, we must become free. We have to become free of all failures. Fear of ill health, fear of looking bad, fear of this, all fears. We got to become free of all fears. But one of the top fears is health. Top fears is health. And can that fear of health be completely lost? Can that be overcome? Yes, it can, if you know that it's in your hand. If you know your health is in your hand, then one can easily overcome it. For that matter, anything. In the year 2002, 99 to 2002-03, I used to only hear one thing. Constantly in the hallways of spirituality, every time I used to meet Patriji or any master, Dr. G, anybody, you heal yourself. We have the capability to heal. Our body has the capability to heal. And so meditation helps us to gain that power to heal ourselves. And that's why more than 70% in our self-assessment surveys are mentioning that they are healing many of the conditions of life that they had in their body. So physical health is one of them. Mental health is another. Physical energy is another. The power of physical body is energy. The power of mind is several mind powers. They all are required to get permanently rid of this fear of health. To get permanently rid of this fear of health, fear of lack of energy or any of those dear friends, meditation is fundamentally helping. So we'll understand this week, how meditation is solving challenges, how it's bringing a body back into a nice balanced state, how it reduces tolerance to pain. We have challenges with health, and so one is to heal, another is to manage it. First, we get to manage it. Second, then we get to heal. If I have a pain in somewhere, like my back pain, it is there. But if there is a way I can manage it, and then meditation provides that thing, one of the things it does is to increase the tolerance to the pain. So when you increase tolerance to the pain, then you carry about doing your work. Meditation provides the ability to accept that pain. So when it is there, then you're able to carry about work. And of course, over a period of time, meditation is definitely helping us to heal, reduce the symptoms, and slowly heal, because it is working at the cause and effect. It's working at the cause. Most of the modality on the effect, but meditation is working on the cause of it. The cause is the root cause from where things are happening. And all illnesses are psychosomatic. Psychosomatic. If our intellect thinks some certain way, and so if there's a certain understanding of the intellect, then our thoughts are in a certain way, and that translates to a body illness. It translates as a block in the energy body, which shows up as a physical body illness. Epigenetics is a new modern science is telling that all organs, all cells are receiving signal from the environment of the cells, what is external to them. So the environment, which is emptiness, energy, and so they receive a signal from this energy body. And so the energy body, from there, information, thought is influencing that energy emptiness. And so based on our thought, the cells are responding. And so if the thoughts change, the cell's response changes. But thoughts change when our intellect expands. The intellect must expand to a holistic intellect compared to the intellect that we receive from the culture and society, the conditioned intellect. It says, no, if you go and sit with somebody who's got cold, you'll catch cold. That is the intellect with which we operate. If somebody has got cold and you sit with them, you'll catch cold. That's the intellect we operate, which is an intellect that is received from the conditioning of the culture and society. Whereas that's all become limited. And so when we start understanding the true nature of ourselves, and when we start understanding our thoughts and feelings creating reality, when we start understanding that cells are receiving signal from the thought field, the energy field, and so when we change that here, then we change our body. So as the intellect changes, our thoughts change, and as a result, our body changes. Body starts gaining the perfect health again. We'll understand these during this week. But first we'll go into meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We're practicing Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. We have thousands of thoughts. Rakesh, I'll let you just talk about the technique, and we start a meditation, guided meditation. I'll figure this out.
Hello, friends. Yes, the technique that we follow is called Ana-Pana-Sati, breath mindfulness meditation. The posture that we follow is very, very simple. Let me just quickly share this screen. We sit comfortably either on a chair or on the floor. Close our eyes, cross our legs at the ankle, clasp our hands, fingers into fingers. Remove specs. We don't need specs for this meditation. And observe our natural, simple and natural breath. We don't force either the inhalation or the exhalation. Observe either at the tip of the nose or at the root, preferably between the eyebrows. And observe the natural breath going in and coming out. If thoughts come, that's perfectly okay. We just recognize it and come back to observing the breath. And just before we do that, we do about few minutes of a process called heart elevation, where we bring up a very relaxing, elevated emotions of gratitude, joy, compassion, kindness, adventure. And to bring up these emotions, you can either remember any of the past events where you felt these emotions deeply. And we do that for a few minutes to help bring the coherence in our heart and helps us go deeper into meditation. So friends, relax. Close your eyes.
Yourself to completely become empty of all thoughts in your mind. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into that emptiness where there's no body, where there's nothing, in no place and no time. in our life. stay aware of this emptiness as no body and tune in to the abundance of healing energy, mystical energy, miraculous energy, empowerment energy, or whatever that you can become aware of in this field. Yourself to merge into your breath and merge into this emptiness, this greater consciousness where everything is connected to everything else. Yourself to stay connected to this feel of no body, no thing, and experience everybody and everything. Become that whole again. Friends, let's express gratitude. It's an honor and privilege to be living this life at this time of history. Be grateful to your parents for giving us this beautiful connection into this universe. Can you be grateful to all your teachers and mentors for expanding our wisdom and knowledge? Be deeply grateful to all the people in your life, your family, your friends, your relatives, colleagues, everybody, for allowing us to learn so many things. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals, the planets and stars, for being such an integral part of our life, to fill our lives with beauty, mystery, energy and more. Be grateful to all the things we use, the technology, companies and governments, the places we go, the people who help us. Be grateful to all the challenges in your life that they initiate us into greatness. Be grateful to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others. Be grateful to this intelligent universe for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Relax your body. Feel your body. And relax yourself. And let the autonomous nervous system repair the body. Relax. Recollect your experience from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? What have you experienced? Keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. When we go into meditation, the guidance and the music become secondary. Initially it is there, it's required to quieten, but over a period of time, it will go into the background, somewhere there. Maybe they may not be there. We know there is some music, but we don't know. We can't really tell exactly what music. We know there is some voice there, but many times we don't recognize it. And if you are feeling that, then you are in the right meditation. You are in the right state, definitely. So you don't have to come out from there into listening to the music or the voice. Okay, Veena had something to say before we talk about meditation and physical health.
Friends, starting today, we have our book club. So every Monday and Wednesdays, morning 8:15 to 9:15 and evening 7:30 to 8:30, we have 2 books which our book club coordinators will be doing. So please participate. The books are Surrender Experiment and You Are the Placebo, 2 books. So please participate in these book clubs and get benefited. And the second announcement is on an introduction to meditation session, which is happening today and tomorrow. So pass on this information. The program name is Abu. I'll be posting all the details on the Zoom chat. Pass on this information to your friends and for them to come and join and get benefited. And the third information is about the quizzes. Last week we sent the self-assessment questionnaire, where most of you have opted for certification from Buddha CEO. So those who have opted for the certificate, you will be receiving this quiz via email. If in case you don't receive or you miss to see the email, please reach out to your facilitators and they will be sharing the link with you wherein you can fill the quiz and thereby you'll be getting the certificates. Thank you.
Thank you, Veena. How many people here have seen benefit of the physical health getting better with your practice of meditation? If you have benefited, if you have healed, can you put a note in the chat? Healed migraine, healed indigestion challenges, healed backaches. No, please write what you have healed. Knee pains. Okay, so migraine, I see rheumatoid arthritis, body aches, TMZ disorder, neck pains, backaches, felt healing, digestion challenges, hypertension, high state of life, anxiety, serious knee problems, abdominal pains, kidney stones. Okay, healing in general, practice, all right. Stop drinking, okay, wonderful. Very important. Okay, dear friends, thank you so much for responding. Cough and cold allergy, see everything, anxiety. 90% and more of the illnesses are due to the stress that we carry. And then rest of them are based on what we wanted to experience. 90% of stress that we carry, that is unmindful, that things that we are carrying in our mind, and so then we are experiencing. And then balance are things that we wanted to experience, so we are experiencing. The cause and effect, law of cause and effect, that for every cause there is an effect. And so something that we take upon a challenge, and so we want to experience something, so we come here with that. But we'll deal with that later. But this 90% that medical science talks about, as many medical doctors mention, as the lifestyle disorders, the stress, and so many things that are there that you've seen in the chat go away simply with meditation. Things that are there caused by the stress simply go away with meditation. Simple meditation for a few days to a few weeks. It is happening because of two reasons. One, it's because the energy in the body is increased, the body neurophysiology is changing, but then second, of course, our mindset is also changing. Our mindset is changing because our intellect is increasing. When I learned that our body can heal, and you heal yourself, and our thoughts can have a serious impact on the way you feel good health or not so good health. When I learned this in the beginning, my mindset changed in healing a condition that I had. I said, I am good, I am not falling into the same old condition again. My ears would not get blocked. I'm just fine this time. When I was flying after 3 months after regular practice of meditation, again taking a flight, and which otherwise used to be a painful experience for me. And then I was changed my mindset and started positively thinking about it. And so I recognize it has definitely a share of its thing in healing it for me. So change the mindset to a positive, affirmative thinking about health that a body can heal. And then a lot of negative inner chatter, removing that automatically, is combined, is releasing, and then getting the body healed. That's stress, removing the stress. Anything that we're repeating over and over again, anything that we're ruminating over and over again about lack of a good relationship, or lack of an important person in our life, or lack of something that we wanted. Anything for which we constantly ruminate in our mind, that the constant inner chatter leads towards stress. So our body, I was talking briefly about the autonomous nervous system, which has two core components, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is very important to actively participate in life, in day-to-day experiences where we need to be alert and active. Suppose you are cooking for, making preparation. So you need to be alert when you're operating at the stove, right? It can potentially do a physical Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
So we need to be very alert. And so the sympathetic nervous system, which is the most important aspect of our life, to be in the wakeful life, to be very successful, we need that to be active. And our thoughts, repetitive thoughts, stressful or alertful thoughts are constantly making it active. But it needs to retract back. As soon as it finishes some active work, it needs to retract back. When you're making that presentation, and then we are making the presentation alertfully is great, but then if you constantly start worrying about what will happen tomorrow, did I do right? Will the people like it? Last time I tried this presentation, it was not that great. So will this be accepted this time? And then if you start connecting from to the past, that client was really a tough client. Oh, he's more intelligent client than me. And so whatever I do is always going to have some obstacles, some objections. And so when we have all of these thoughts continuously going over again and again, after we finish a presentation, making the presentation, then we are still continuing to keep that sympathetic nervous system active. Now, the body is designed where as soon as it finishes work, we need to give it rest. The restful is the parasympathetic nervous system, the second one, which is slowing things down, which is helping the body gain its ability to go back and supply all the resources to the body. In an alertful state, wherever that necessary supply of blood is required, energy is required, is being taken. Whereas in case of, as soon as the alertfulness is over, it needs to be retracted back. The parasympathetic nervous system must take over, which is then again making the body go back into a regular state of work, state of being. The best example we're always talking about is when there is a physical danger coming in, and so then the body is immediately, the physical danger is sensed by the mind, and then so immediately a physical danger like, a snake, if you're walking by in park and then suddenly you see a snake. So there is a physical danger potentially. And so then what happens? So we are immediately we stop immediately. We are very observant. And so in that moment, and in case the snake is really there on the path, then we are a lot more alertful. If it is just going away less, But if it's there right on the path in front of you, then we are stopping sadly and then we are alertful. And then we say the body has gone into something called a stress emergency mode or a stressful mode, or it's also called the fight or flight mode. That means when the snake is there in front, we could probably go away, turn around and walk away, or we may, if we don't have an option to turn around and walk away, and we have to go forward, then we are ready to fight with it. So one of these two is going to happen. So our body is moves into this alertful state where you're very, very active. You're very, very active and you get all kinds of energy at that moment to be able to deal with it, to fight or to fly, one of these two. This is why many times what we think people are weak, but they're able to do some miraculous things. You know, when they're in danger, we're able to lift something very, very heavy. Right? If you have to run away, and then suppose sometimes we think, oh, I can't even lift this. But then we see people walking, lifting something heavy, and then just we don't know how they did it, but they do it. And we become extremely alertful. You know, some two little girls, when their father's leg got trapped under a tractor, so they become alertful, and they didn't have a way to call because no phones working in a large farm. And so they are alertful, they don't know what to do, but they're charged up. And then they had so much, they loved their father so much that they needed to do, and then they actually lift up the wheel. Two little girls lifting up the wheel where the dad could pull his leg out. So when we are highly alert, we are doing many miraculous things. We're able to do, we've got able to pull out because the body has so much of strength. We're able to pull off many miraculous things. But then as soon as that work is over, we need to come back. And so when the physical threat is there, in order to gain a lot of power into the body is dumping a lot of chemicals called cortisol, one of the leading chemicals. The cortisol is there in the body, in the bloodstream, and so many other chemicals. And so they all are good for that moment, good for those few seconds, good for those minutes, in keeping us active and alert. That means they'll not let us sleep. Active and alert means, for days we can go on without sleeping as the cortisol is there. Now, in a good stress, meaning in a good condition where you're protecting ourselves, it's important. Suppose you're stranded in the middle of nowhere, no man's land, the whole night we have to be alert and awake. We will stay. If our house is getting flooded, and then we need to be alert and awake for the whole night, we will stay. No question. There's no question of sleep coming onto it because we were in a stressful mode. And so automatically we go into that state. But the problem, dear friends, is when in a case of a physical danger, when that animal goes away, or any physical danger like the flood situation recedes, we come back to the normal state. And so we are fine. Our body, where the sympathetic nervous system active for a long enough time, that comes back. And then so the parasympathetic nervous system takes over, so we are fine. So body gains the time to repair. But when we are doing the same with mental stress, that means we are stressful, where we are constantly causing ourselves to be in a worrisome condition, anxious condition. We keep on worrying about what will happen to my presentations, what will happen to my health, what will happen to my parents' health, what will happen to my business, finance situations. We keep worrying over and over again, then we're also keeping ourselves in this highly alertful state. We're keeping the body in a highly alertful state. That means we're keeping a lot of unwanted chemicals in the bloodstream. And so as a result, now these chemicals, when we have them, they have the property of keeping you very active where it's necessary. In the stressful mode, body is making your legs and hands active, your eyesight active, things that are important for you at that moment to be active is there, but many things are not important, like digestive system, like reproduction system, like the cognitive brain system, thyroxine, these glands, none of them are getting adequate supply when we are in this highly alertful mode, because body is designed to be in that highly alertful mode for temporarily. One night of work is fine, 2 nights is fine. If you're doing it for 40 nights, 50 nights, 60 nights, then we're burning ourselves quite a bit, because the body is not designed. So we need to go back to eliminate these thoughts. Physical danger is no problem, but these things thought-based that in the modern lifestyle, we constantly and worry, constantly stressing our bodies. That means we're constantly keeping in a highly alertful mode, and as a result, we have accumulated so many health challenges, from headache to lack of energy, thyroid problems, to indigestion issues, to backaches, to everything. So with meditation, when it is disengaging us from the past, most of the thoughts are there based on the past, and so meditation is disengaging us from the past memories, past experiences, and as a result, we naturally are in the present moment. And so we're not keeping us into this emergency mode or this alertful mode. And as a result, so the body is becoming active in a given situation where it needs to be, and then it pulls it back to the non-active, inactive state. It's not going away, it's not retracting from life. It is making us active where it is required, and where it is not required, it is pulling us back, because we're no longer carried by the past threat. And so as a result, dear friends, stress is very, very easily overcome with meditation, because of simple thing that we're disengaging our thought process from the past. We're not worrying about things. We're not worried about the future or past. Those thoughts have been cut off. And so the body works fundamentally great. So we are actively in a present active work, whether it's cooking, whether it's driving, we are alertful, whether it's making important client presentations, we are alertful, but as soon as that is over, then we'll come back, and then we're normal into the normal state, because meditation helps us to be in the present, not linger in the past. And so then stress is eliminated. When stress is eliminated, body health is gained perfectly. One of the reasons why as soon as we start meditation, within a few days, we start sleeping better, because the stressful chemical is no longer there in our body, in our bloodstream. And so we start sleeping better. We have to let go. We have to let go of many things. Meditation is helping us to let go. And then if we still want to hold on, then we continue to hold on. But we have to let go, as meditation is giving us messages and indications. If it is asking us to sleep, we should just let go to sleep. If it's causing us to sleep, then we go and sleep. So in meditation, many people get sleep. So just let go and then sleep. Don't try to hold yourself back, because that is an important element to move you out of the stressful mode, and an important element to prepare the body. So the number one reason, dear friends, of many ill health conditions are the stress, and the meditation naturally eliminates stress. And second thing meditation is doing is increasing our immunity. Our immunity is increased. Because we are moving away from this past thought, because we are moving away from this negative thought, we suddenly start becoming positive. When we are positive, and they have discovered this whole heart elevation that we are doing, when we are in a positive mood, when you are in a good mood, automatically they discovered that heart is functioning very well, coherent state. The heartbeat is coherent. When we are in a good mood, simple. So in a good mood, when the heart is functioning well, our immunity cells, the thymus gland behind it, which is functioning and then presenting a lot of immunity cells, they are developing significantly. Just by switching our mood, our immunity is increasing. And so meditation is naturally switching our moods, simple. There are several other mood-changing things, like if you're going to a nature walk, it changes your mood, lifts your mood. If you do your favorite thing like jogging, it lifts your mood. You do painting, it lifts your mood. Singing, it lifts your mood. But meditation is a natural mood swinger. It naturally changes our moods. It naturally makes us into a very positive, vibrant state. In many ways, and painting may be changing our mood a little bit and making us more calm and composed, right? But then depending on what is there in the painting, that might move us into a more loving state. But meditation moves us into all kinds of states. It moves us into empathetic state, loving state, compassionate state, calm state, peaceful state. So it has this fundamental ability to change us into all these new greater moods. And as a result, our immunity is increasing. The thymus gland, which is producing a lot of these T cells, are tremendously boosted. And so immunity increases. And so even if we fall sick, we're able to recover from it pretty fast. Even if you fall sick, we're able to recover from it pretty fast. And so we will start observing when we regularly practice, the general well-being improves. We no longer feel that worry, because once we start healing ourselves without taking any medication, and first of all, we're not falling sick, and then second, we are able to heal pretty faster. When we do that, then we get that sense of total freedom from health and say, no problem, I can travel anywhere. We no longer worry that, oh, my sleep is not there, and so I think I'm going to fall, I'm going to have some challenge here. Oh, I didn't take that right amount of some milk products, so my heartburn is going to start again. We no longer have this, cause and effect. We don't link up things. Oh, yesterday I had some cart food, street food. I think my stomach is going to be challenging soon. Oh, I had, the street food means we equate it to dirty food, right? It's all not good food many times. And then I had this, so I think that's because of which I got it. We stop connecting things like that. When you don't have good bowls, and immediately connect and say, yeah, yesterday is something. Oh yeah, I had some stale food. We link it up. We stop linking all of that. The linking means we're still in a very body state. Basically, we don't worry about anything more once we start having the healing capability from ourselves. We don't fall sick, and then if you fall sick, we have the ability to heal because our thoughts are constantly causing us to heal. We'll talk about epigenetics some other day during this week. Epigenetics is where we change your thought. When you change your thought to a positive, affirmative vibration, and then so it is also giving a signal to the cells to heal. So meditation removes the stress, naturally health improves. Meditation automatically improves immunity. The immunity in the body is naturally improved. And then of course, meditation is changing into a positive frame of mind, so that is acting as a booster and communicating the cells to recover and repair faster. So for various reasons, we are gaining our health, dear friends. Those 90 to 95% health conditions will go away. Now those 5 to 10% some conditions are there, which we'll have to work on through this concept of thought fields. We'll have to work on through the concept of acceptance, no resistance. So many things that we work on, because those are coming from past based on our own desire, our own intent creation, through law of cause and effect. But everything can be changed. We have to have patience to work on it. So we'll understand that part later this week. So I have gained personally, as you've heard from many people here, who have said they've healed this or that, a general well-being. No doubt for everybody, they're going to go through this. And if anybody has joined this program for health, that is fundamentally is going to be given. 60% of the corporate employees in our surveys have said that health is one of the reasons there's a challenge further. Is because of stress. 60%. For 60%, health is challenging. Even though they're younger, health is challenging. And so we are in the right place to solve that health challenges, all of them. But we have to believe that meditation can solve and we have to practice regularly. Simple. Thank you very much for joining to understand this always. And a little bit more technically, how meditation is helping. And so when we understand this, then we no longer would have the need to reach out to that crossing just because we fall sick or reach out to this and that. Instead, we rely on meditation energy. And if we can do it, then you're free. In a flight, suddenly you can't access that tablet. What do? Because you missed it, you forgot it, you put it into the suitcase, you checked in. So what happens? Tension builds up, right? If we start healing ourselves from our side, dear friends, then we are free from another fear of not having access to things. That's what has happened to me. In the beginning, I used to be fearful, dreadful of this condition, but once I solved that condition, then totally free. No matter. And once we understood that I cannot catch cold because of somebody, instead it is only me how I think and feel, and so I'm free of it. Only if we allow our body to receive, then we are received. If we don't allow, then we rarely receive. And if we are receiving, is because we had a weaker mind, we got an influenced mind and said, oh yeah, I know I was there, that's why this is happening to me. And so we would have let off that thought and said, yes, it might happen to me with a fear, then it will happen. But when we can put a strong shield in our mind that my body can heal, my body does not receive, just like the things, so then we are absolutely fine. So we'll meet back tomorrow again. This week, we're understanding if health is given, but then another thing beautiful meditation is giving is youthfulness, longevity. It's giving these two. One side, you're healing diseases, but other side, we're becoming youthful, we're becoming younger. We're back into the action again, into the life. So we'll understand that part tomorrow, how meditation brings us youthfulness into our lives. As always, we'll take some questions, or anybody has experience around the health want to share. After this couple of minutes of break, we will do it. Otherwise, we'll see you all tomorrow at 6 a.m. Thank you. Yes, Veena.
So we have some hands raised. Yes, Dr. B.S. Tiwari, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for this wonderful session. It's really great. Like it allows us to realize our innate potential. While agreeing and supplementing everything and each point that has been made. I would submit that there is one condition in which, that you're building that stamina, that's physical and mental stamina. And stamina is built up only by going against what, suppose I want to run for, say, a cross country, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers. the body would say that initially it would reject that, okay, even after you run 500 meter, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, you would have cramp and then you'll sit there. The mind says that, okay, be comfortable. At the same time, when you face challenges, there has to be stress. And then once you start feeling stress, at the same time, someday you'll be able to run marathon. So these are the conditions in which there is always a thin line. So I would like me to be enlightened as to when we should listen to the call of our body, and then the mind, and how to deal more effectively with the stress and the fear. Because maybe if I am running for 42 kilometers, I would be selected for certain position, or and that's maybe required. Thank you.
You know, Dr. Tiwariji, so everything is, the good stress is there. There is good stress, and then there is not the bad stress, right? The good stress is situations like this, where you have a fundamental reason to believe why you want to do what you're doing. And so if there is a reason why you're going after, for example, good stress is, I need to sit overnight and finish my presentation because there is something that I need to finish. So it is okay. The only problem, they're fine. As long as we know and we pull back from it, we need to pull back from it after that period. The bad stress is where we are unmindfully, we are continuing to do things, continue to think, continue to put the pressure on the body. So it's a balance that we make, what to do. It's a balance that we make. And there is, in general, for the body, it's not good to put too much pressure continuously go on putting. For example, if when I'm not in a state of being, not in a right state of mind, in an evolved state of mind, to not take adequate sleep, but then I do not take sleep and only sleep for 2 hours for 30 days, then it's sure going to cause challenge to the body if I am not in that right state of mind, you know that. So the answer to your question is, I guess if you are continuously enjoying whatever that good stress you're taking, if you're enjoying that process, not deceiving ourselves, saying that, okay, I'm there, but then if you're enjoying the process, that means the body is supporting, you can continue with it. But then if you feel lethargic, or we feel drained out, we feel stressed out, we feel all of those, that means it's better to pull back than to continue to push ourselves. That's how you switch it. Now, this is where meditation can help. Meditation can help listening to our heart than mind. Because when we are goal-oriented, when we keep pushing ourselves, we only listen to the mind. But with meditation, it starts letting us pay close attention to the feeling and say the body is telling you, hey, it is okay, just pull back, it is fine. Whatever you wanted, maybe not this year, next year you can try, or you pull back.
You are absolutely correct, but I relate that when we remained without a roof for almost about a year or something in jungle, maybe in the northeast or maybe Sri Lanka, Kashmir, and all, we felt that the higher purpose of keeping the sovereignty and integrity of the country, it's something that gave a constant higher elevation, that okay, this stress was enjoyable and this stress was good. And another thing which I have seen in great leaders is that they have in spite of addressing big meeting or remaining very much engaged, they have the ability to disconnect and relax during that time and come back with the same freshness. Maybe because of they are highly there into meditation. They take away into the mind and they can recharge themselves, relax themselves, and come back with that same energy. They are able to deal with the situation very correctly. And then they are more effective and pleasant and calm and in the control of the things. And definitely the meditation helps in that. Thanks a lot.
Sure, no doubt. I think you got a very important point. So when you're in these leadership roles, and of course the constant stress is there. Now you see, some people who do not meditate necessarily, but they have the natural ability. Those people who have the natural ability to dream and visualize now naturally are creating many things. Same way, there's some of the leaders whom we call born meditators, right? Now they have the ability to pull back. They say, fine, dekha jayega. So we are done for today. They put it off and then go to the next day. And so naturally they are very successful because they're not overwhelmed by the challenges that are there. But there are those who are very, very stressed out. You know, there is a stat that those who go into White House, they age by 5 years, extra by 5 years. In 5 years, instead of aging 5, they actually age 10. Okay? Because the stress they take on, so this is going to happen. Because the stress they take on, and so because the constant, there's so much of pressure and place there, and stay constant is a constant challenge. And so we see many leaders also. Their bodies wrinkle quite a bit very quickly because the first thing that's happening with the stressful aging is that body is wrinkling because we're in that state again. Body wrinkling happening because we think body is going to, when the skin is not regenerating faster, so body is going to wrinkle. And so we see this. So there are both types are there. There are few leaders who are born meditators, you can say, come from a past more evolved. So they're able to disengage, and so then disengage from the past, and so they are happily becoming more and more successful. And those who are putting it, burning themselves out, and so they cannot carry it further. They're burning themselves out, but they rise with an inspiration. They're there, but then they burn themselves out. So by the time they finish their work, offices, after a few days, few years, then they feel like they don't want to get in there at all because they really push themselves so much, and they feel like they don't want to go back it. Okay. So this also happens.
You are absolutely correct. Suppose if I have read a book of 500 pages and if I have walked 100 kilometers, the next time a situation comes, I'm in a condition that, okay, last time I read a book of 500, it is 600 pages now and it's only 102 kilometers. So maybe I'll be able to handle that. So that mental condition, and if you are backed with that spirituality and a bit of meditation of trying to give rest to your body condition, it creates wonder. And thank you for this insight. Grateful.
Balaji, Rajendraji.
Good morning to everybody. It was an amazing session. I enjoyed it thoroughly because most of the things I would be able to correlate. Number one, you discussed about the parasympathetic nerves and sympathetic nerves. Probably I was not able to restore into my parasympathetic nerves probably. So because I was always in an agitated condition. I do know because I do lots of presentations when doing my 20-25 years of corporate life. So making of the PPT itself is a stress, and presenting the PPT to the management is an additional stress. And just before I get off from my seat to go to the podium to present, I would definitely have an adrenaline rush. I am now able to correlate. If I had done meditation in those periods, probably I would have been able to elevate my parasympathetic nerves so that I would have remained calm, and my presentation would have had also a supernatural effect on the receivers. Probably I was still on an agitated mode. I was not able to convince, number one, and I have very weak bowel. So this indigestion problem was a never-ending problem for me. And what I will do in case if I am going post a meeting, if there is a party, I used to go for a heavy dinner and 100% the night before reaching home, I will say tomorrow morning I am going to have a problem. It was exactly the next day. I used to have the indigestion problem. I used to have the migraine. So today, whatever we have discussed, I am 100%, I have experienced all these things. And if the meditation, if that I have come into the meditation, practicing meditation much earlier in my corporate life, I am 100% sure I would have been a different personality altogether. Thank you so much. You covered beautifully everything. And whatever you discussed today, I was able to correlate with everything, I would say. So nice of you. Thank you so much. It was enlightening.
Wonderful. Thank you, Balaji. Veena?
Dr. Pandey, please unmute yourself.
Yes, madam. Veena madam has already replied me. As this has started from 11th, I could join only today. That too a bit late at 6:30 I joined, but I enjoyed thoroughly. I do more meditation Guru Ravi Shankar or by Sai Samadhi, but this is what I felt was much more deeper. I'll continue the journey. Just I wanted to be updated if I missed something in all these days.
Sure, that's great. Yes, if you go back, anyway, I think Veena is guiding. We're always discussing several scientific aspects in these sessions. Because if we are convinced with the right reason, then we can hold on to it if we know it. We feel like implementing when we understand the science behind it, so we're discussing some of it. While we do understand the limitation of what science can explain, everything that meditation can do, but it is a starting point of understanding through science a bit of it. Thank you. Who else? We have a great weather here in London. We did a good full moon session with Nilima Shah's home, and of course now we moved away from there. And there is a beautiful body, mind, soul conference happening. So there yesterday, maybe about a couple of 100 stalls are there. All kinds of deep spirituality is going on. People are doing channeling, card reading, meditations, some Indian dances being learned, yoga. There's so much yoga going on here. And it's good to see there is so much of interest, active interest towards adopting various forms of spirituality. So pyramid meditation, so the PSS Movement Foundation here in US, UK, the UK foundation, here led by Ravi and a few volunteers. They had a stall there too. And there's a lot of curiosity for pyramids, pyramid energy, meditation with pyramids. So they were giving away free caps, pyramid caps. So Rakesh talked about pyramid energy, I suppose, yesterday. It must be experimented. Pyramids. Our house is full of pyramids. Buddha's foundation office is full of pyramids. And easy to make by yourself, or easy to just invest a little bit of money to get. But must experiment because it's free energy. It's a free lifelong energy. And if it is healing, and if it is accelerating our meditation experiences, why not, right? Why not? One meal in a hotel will cost us some 3,000 rupees in India or a lot more. And then get one beautiful 2x2 pyramid. And then for lifelong, you have a nice energy seat. Wooden pyramid, right? There is so much science behind this pyramid energy, so much science. In this Hudhud was this biggest storm that Visakhapatnam had seen about 5 years ago. The winds were at 220 kilometers per hour. And so practically most of the trees got uprooted. Most of the trees got uprooted there. And in the third floor, there are showrooms, then the glasses broke and then the cars fell down, right? So all kinds of stuff happened. Vizag went through this deep, Visakhapatnam is this coastal city in South India, somewhere northeast of South India. And to our great surprise, there is a thatch roof pyramid on top of a terrace of a building. And this is right in the heart of the city. That means it is only a few kilometers away from the beach. And we know from the beach, anything that is at least 10 to 12 kilometers inside has really gone through this rough patch. And so many of them got uprooted trees and this and that. But this one, not even 3-4 kilometers away from the beach, the thatch roof pyramid just came out without having any impact to it. No impact to the thatch roof pyramid or the house there or the trees there, no impact. And this pyramid size, it's the thatch roof, and then I believe it was around 20 or so, 20 by 20 feet pyramid size. And it was very intact, even though in spite of all those, gusty winds and all of that. On one side, I saw these metal shelters, metal sheds, they got triangled, twisted. The sheds, they got lifted up and then got twisted. Whereas the other side, this thatch roof pyramid stayed intact. And that was the experience of almost everyone who had an indoor pyramid. So nothing happened in their homes at all. So not only a meditation energy benefit, but they have various other benefits. That's why pyramids are also being proposed as storm shield shelters. There is a lot of research. There's a master called Patrick Callaghan who's done a lot of research and promoted. And some places they have been designed as storm shield shelters by the beaches. So they have this capability, for whatever reason, that energy field, it deflects the direction of a wind or this thing too. It must be studied by government officials and then adopted. Must be, this technology has so much capability, not only healing the bodies and increasing the meditation experience, but also increasing the spiritual agriculture yield. Pyramid Valley has this beautiful, nice frame pyramids, and then we're doing organic farming there. And so constantly, first of all, none of the plants get, generally don't fall sick, the plants, the thing. And then second, then there is better yield. So there's spiritual agriculture. One of the things is pyramids can be used. So many benefits of it. Yes.
And we have Neha Kohli. Please unmute yourself.
Hi there. Hi, Chandra. I have a quick question, probably a repeated one for you. So I come from a very big family, and there are a lot of relationships, conversations that are going on. So earlier in my meditation, I could calm myself down, and it was very beautiful to observe. But now what I'm observing is, when I'm doing physical work, I'm very attentive and very aware, no issues. But when I'm sitting in meditation, I have all the repeated cycles of conversations that are just going in my mind. And the only solution I could think of was to increase my meditation, number of hours I spend to meditate. But do you have any other suggestions?
When you say earlier in meditation, when was that? Is that a few days ago or is it a few months ago?
I would say a few months ago.
So you've been practicing for some time now?
Yes.
Okay. So meditation is helping us deal with things, right?
Yes.
So there are certain things that are, without we being aware, get reprogrammed subconsciously, we're not even aware. So things go away. But certain things it wants us to go through them and then learn from it and then cross over them. And so they're pulled ahead, those memories are pulled on actively. So maybe a few things that you may want to deal with differently in these situations so that some of them will go away permanently from you. So certain memories, certain feelings, certain conversations, basically some beliefs get automatically reprogrammed. So that's how we keep getting freer and freer. So we're not worried about too many things as we meditate. But certain things that are deeply buried as a belief driven, and so those will come out, surface out for us to actually go through them. Okay. And which means it might call for some different action than a response than the way you may be responding to situations, to those conversations in this, especially in this joint family or whatever, where there's constant push and pull. I don't know good or bad, but if those are there, good, I mean stressful and non-stressful, they're there. But then just by looking into them and then actually take the right action, so you'll be able to get out of those. That's what I can think of.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. So if you're delaying certain way of dealing, certain way of expression, thinking that it may be challenging, it may not be acceptable, and if it's the old self, then now is the time to act as a new self, a new response. Right? Yeah. We must claim our time and space back again. And so then this will go away, because otherwise we'll now be crossing, or we got to break the old self. So we got to basically move away from mind to the heart, move to the heart and say what we feel we must do, because that's what is going to gain us our longer term great health. Otherwise we'll be suppressed. I will be suppressing our emotion and a feeling, and so that's not necessarily actually a block into the energy body. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
I'll be happy to chat afterwards. Would like to call.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Seems like we passed 8 o'clock. S. Tiwariji, raise your hand again.
A quick supplement to you. One is that our determination to save relationship is one that helps in such things. And the second thing which I was kind of interested in, your spiritual farming, in that maybe we would connect on a personal level sometime, as to if you are into kind of a research, or maybe in some organization like RIVCO, IFCO, they have done a wonderful job as far as agriculture and yield, supplementing the yield is concerned geometrically, and also increasing the value of India. So are you all working currently with certain organizations with regard to spiritual farming?
Not directly working, but we can partner together and then do some work. I think there is a beautiful book published by PSSM on spiritual agriculture, which is combining various techniques, and one of them is pyramids, and another is some of these natural techniques that are there. So we put all of them into a spiritual farming book. That is the work that we've done. So whoever gets their hands on, then they'll go and then implement it.
It's a wonderful arena to explore. This, and then after that, certainly I see a lot of potential combining spiritual farming with organic farming and our traditional skill with modern ones. So maybe we would work on it. And thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes. We know that many people, some masters have taken up that way, spiritual farming, and then they're doing it, right? So, for example, one model is to talk to the plants, right? So, if you talk to the plants, talk to the trees, they do a tremendous amount of yield That is of course, installing pyramids. And so the farmers meditate in their things in that area where they meditate with the plants, with the crop. So they do that. So all kinds of things are there to increase the yields, and then apart from this natural organic farmers. Yes. Mr. Yes. Arun Mane? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. I'm sorry for raising my hand late. It's already getting late. But, yeah, for you it is midnight there in London.
Yes.
My question is that how to deal with this financial stress, because every month we are going through the same cycle and going through the same stress, and to deal with that, to come out of that situation. Like if any other activities or anything, then we can come back to normal. But financial stress every month, the same thing keep on occurring, and we are in the same stress level the whole month. So how to deal with that?
How to deal with it?
Yeah, to release the stress and to come out.
So our meditation should be helping us forget it when you're taking a night's sleep, and then come back in the morning and then say it's another challenge to do that day, right? What to do? I used to have this challenge all the time. It's a cash flow issue for a startup. We were constantly, and most of the businesses are like that. They have a constant challenge with the cash flows. And so then towards the end of the month, you have to start to constantly look about how to collect cash to pay salaries, right? Of many things. So by just ruminating over it, you know that it's not going to solve the problem, it's only worsen the problem. And hence, so that's why you're doing meditation. So I don't know beyond that to say what else you can do. Yes, we forget about it. So meditation helps you to forget that night. And the next moment, then you are back again. So at least when we stop thinking unnecessarily, our body resources, our mind resources are conserved. And so we can actually get insights, which help us to solve the problem for the longer term. Right? It'll help us to solve the problem in the longer term when we stop worrying about it. Now, what I'm hearing from you is you're not able to stop worrying.
Yes, that's correct. Because last time also I joined your session, last Galaxy, 40 days meditation. And I'm also doing Shreya's, I was doing Shreya's Jagath, I joined the Paripatis, but all these things.
I suggest you read 2 books. Do you read books?
No, I've not read any books.
That's the reason. That's the answer. Because after practicing meditation for so long, we need to increase our understanding of the creation. Please read Law of Attraction by Jerry Hicks and Esther Hicks. Law of Attraction. One book, Law of Attraction. And second, I suggest is read Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh.
Conversation with God.
Yeah, by Neil Donald Walsh, and Law of Attraction by Jerry Hicks and Esther Hicks. If you read these 2 books, one will tell you how to change the whole financial perspective. Right? I mean, it's all thought process change, but please read it. Law of Attraction. The second one will tell you, so what? Everything is there. Everything is there with us. So why worry about these things? Not in a way of escaping, but in the right way. I mean, it will also change your perspective significantly. Okay, we take on stress because either we worried about our image, we worried about losing something. What do we lose? What do we lose when we come with nothing? What is the question of losing something? And so we take on stress because we feel we're going to lose something, potentially when we never had anything, and so we lose something. So the question, we got to have that understanding. When we came with nothing, and so where's the question of losing something? And when this whole material aspect is 0.01%, and so we have this 99% emptiness and energy. So why is that, we put so far go on attaching ourselves to the 0.01%? Within that so tiny percentage of it, which is that thing that anything that events about money and then wealth. So conversation with God must be read to have a bigger perspective, and law of attraction must be read to create what we want. These two, please read, is absolutely going to solve everything that you're talking about. It'll absolutely solve, because you're sincerely meditating, right? You're sincerely meditating, so please do read those two books, sir.
Yes. In fact, I sent my sister and her son to Bangalore office. But you were at that time in the Pyramid Valley, so they couldn't meet you. They met Koteshwar.
Oh, names were there?
My sister's name was Renuka, and so there she was coming. She is settled in Hubli. She wanted to settle in Bangalore, so she wanted some help regarding her son for a job or something. He's done his robotics engineering, so they had come to I think so before this session started.
Okay. Yes, I remember robotic engineering. Somebody met me. Yes, I didn't meet. Yes, sir. So thank you. So please do talk to some of the facilitators. Talk to some of the facilitators. Okay.
The last in the galaxy, I was assigned to Ramesh, but this time I have not been assigned to any facilitator. I didn't get any mail, but I joined the WhatsApp group with the link. I do not know. I have sent a mail. They said I'll be getting a link in 2 days, but I did not receive any mail as well.
Okay, I believe they have their number. Somebody will reach out to you, sir, today. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir, and thank you for giving your time at this hour.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all. Veena, can we close?
Sir, we have Bharti raised hand if you have time.
I think there is a meeting that the rest of the team is waiting.
Sure. Yes,
okay?
sir. Book clubs are starting.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. I choose